up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. What's up, y'all? We are down here, honey. We got a few runs to make this morning, honey. We on some running errands, okay? We on the run tour. We gotta go get some gas. We gotta go to the dispensary. Look at all the workers. Good morning, fellas. Good morning, fellas. Get to work, honey. Bend your backs, honey. So, happy Friday. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let the diva know you stopped by. Yes. Yes. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday. Some of y'all got paid, honey. I hear you just got paid. Make it rain. Energy. Yes. Come on, let's do that. So we got to go to the gas station. No. Hey. Heard you just got paid. It's Friday. Make it rain. Energy. Yes. So what is going on, everybody? We having a good day? Are y'all having a good day? I'm relaxed. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and then we got to go to Starbucks. Y'all, we are on a mission today. Okay, honey? Okay, honey? Yes. Come on. Yeah. I hear you just got paid, making rain, energy. Yes. They're going to cut me off. They're going to say, take my whole little channel, honey. But you know what? I figured out, I know how many, it's 7 seconds for those who, for those who know, it's 7 seconds. Anything over 7 seconds, it's a wrap. They're taking you down, honey. And sometimes, even if you speed it up, but if you have it like that video I played the other day of Willie Ray Norwood Jr. and his battered wife, ex-wife, I played that clip and I sped it up and they still took it down because the images were up for too long. You need to slow down, partner. I don't know why I came to this gas station. Yes, because them Karens just turned into terrorists. Come on, Beyonce. She let you know. Okay, don't get too close to me. So I'm going to this gas station right here because it's like on the way to the dispensary. So we'll be right back. Let me get some gas. We're going to be sitting here for a while because the diva has to fill her up. We got to fill her up, honey. Luckily, there was nobody here. So I came. This is all good fortune. Good fortune. Good fortune. It wasn't that too busy. I was able to pull in. I didn't have to wait. Okay, hold on. I'll be right back. Yes. Turn your car off, girl, for we don't want to blow up the scene, honey. We could actually talk because I still have my mic on. I'm not going to be in. What's going on, girl? Let me fix myself, honey. It's a me. I just slapped this thing on. This is not right. What are we talking about? Kanye discusses leaving Gap. I'm not going to argue with people who are broker than me about money. Kanye discusses leaving the Gap. Girl. That makes no sense. I don't feel like it's conducive to be like that. What is wrong with Kanye West? No idea. What's wrong with him, honey? Go ahead and did I already tell you guys to like and subscribe, honey? We've been on this thing for 15 minutes. You better have like and subscribed and comment. Oh, let me get my purse. And now we got to go to the dispensary. I should have got a water while I was in there. I did not plan on going inside of the gas station. Like the gas station is like I do not like coming to the gas station at all. Kanye, I don't know about Kanye. Tiffany Haddish and Aries alleged victims ready to talk settlement for sex assault lawsuit and are demanding a public apology for the questionable skit. Yeah. If they're ready to settle, I mean, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even know what the people want. I don't. They should be. They should be restored. I feel like whatever they need to be restored, they should be restored. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about the whole situation. If it's money, if it's a public apology, whatever those children, because one of those kids is still a minor, you know? Um, the siblings who were allegedly groomed and SA'd by comedians Tiffany Haddish and Aries are ready to talk about their settlement pertaining to the SA lawsuit. John and Jane, the names the sibling used to file their lawsuit, alleged to have attempted to contact Tiffany and Aries, but they have not heard from them. The siblings claim the comedians have instead chosen to reach out to my mother to get her to force my brother and me to settle. Jane claimed to have contacted Clifton Albright, Haddish's attorney, that laid out basic terms of the parties to engage in a mediation and settlement talks. Wow. They keep calling the mom. I wonder why. Well, I know one is still a minor, but the other is an adult or considered an adult now. I think 21. I think they are. So whatever those kids need to get to be restored, I'm on board with it. Because I'm tired of people like saying, "Oh, they just wanted money." Well, what else? What else do you get back? What else can you give them back? What else can you give them back? What can you give them back but to align or sign monetary a monetary amount to the pain? Yeah, get the fuck from behind me, bitch. The fuck? You want to you want to sit in the back seat with me? Dang. You don't want to look over here in my damn back seat. Girl, I do not like tailgaters. They really bother me. Here she go again. Behind me again. Weird ass. You're not gonna be up on my ass. She gonna pull to the side of me and then pull behind me. Fucking weird ass. Still tailgating. You wanna fuck around. It's Friday. We could get, no, I'm just playing. Girl, I don't want any inconveniences. That's why I moved over so you can go ahead and get in front of me, tailgater with one tail light. Raggedy hoe. Call them bitches all kind of names. You in a hurry? You should have left early. I'm not in a hurry, honey. I'm not. I leave earlier. My grandfather taught me that. He was real good with that. Cause I'm not gonna be rushing, girl. I don't like to rush. I don't like to be in a rush because I just don't want to be in a rush. So I do what I need to do so that I can not be rushing. You know what I mean? No shade to the Russians, but I don't want to be Russian. So yeah, so we're on our way to the dispensary. What do you guys think about Tiffany Haddish and Aries and the Mucinex ambassador, the King Supreme Ambassador to Mucinex? They say he was on the internet the other day crying, not really crying, but fussing, saying his career is in the toilet. Oh well, when you decided to shit on somebody, you should have chose the toilet your career is in, bro. Instead of Lizzo, bro. You know what I'm saying? Girl, so what? You should shut your goddamn mouth. That's all you gotta do. That's what you gotta learn how to do, especially speaking on. And I don't understand. Like, to me, I feel like y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get it the way that y'all treat women. Y'all don't see the state of that y'all in. Y'all don't think it has anything to do with the way that you relate to women. Y'all don't think the current state of your social image has anything to do with the way that you relate to women. You, girl. He better get himself together. Hopefully he could get in the gym, you know, get on a treadmill, you know, get healthy, get some endurance up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the dispensary is open, y'all. You like it's early as hell, but yeah, it's open. They open at 7 o'clock in the morning. It's a pharmacy. You know what I'm saying? All right, okay, here's our next stop. We got a few stops this morning. Okay, I'll be right back with this one. I'm going to have to dismantle everything because I can't keep this phone like this on the mantle while I'm in there. Some person will see an opportunity and, you know, seize it. So not today. All right, I'll be right back. Connected, I'm back. Stocked up for my bi-weekly run. Get myself together, honey. So what else are we talking about? Sorry, y'all. Y'all have to ride with me. I'm not sorry. You just gonna have to ride. Shit. Teen human trafficking victim Pieper Lewis ordered to pay $150,000 in restitution to the family of accused rapist she fatally stabbed. Iowa teen Pieper Lewis, 17 years old, human trafficking victim, has been sentenced to 5 years of supervised probation and was ordered to pay $150,000 in restitution to a family of a man who arred her. So is that right? It's the law, because I'm sure they're going by some law in order to convict. Oh my God. Girl, let me not get mad. Hold on. Let me show you what I bought at the dispensary, girl. Because I got a half ounce of Blue Dream, but I got a lot of Lost Farms. And then I'm going to make an order also from Plain Jane for my CBD, gummies, because those are at night. So you take your CBD gummies at night because there's no psychoactive effect on CBD. So you take that at night to relax, have a good night's sleep. It's just like either in flower or in gummy. I like the gummies. They're called Calm, but that's on Plain Jane. I'll put a link in the description box for that. It is an affiliate link. I have partnered with them. So for your CBD products, that's all on Plain Jane. Everything I'm about to show you is not sponsored, number one. Number two, it is psychoactive. Okay, your girl, you will be on a kitty cloud, okay? These Lost Farm Blue Dream, I mean, they have these fruit chews. They're like Starbursts. And I love Starbursts. I remember I didn't eat Starburst for a long time. But see, they're little fruit chews. You see the little warning, the little cannabis leaf. Yeah. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. We're on our way to Starbucks now. I think it's absolutely ridiculous to convict her. Somebody in the comments said yesterday that she wasn't in danger. So that's why the crime was, I guess, I have to read it when we get here. That's cute. What kind of Volkswagen truck is that? That's really cute, sir. According to NPR, Lewis was initially charged with first-degree murder for fatally stabbing her accused rapist 37-year-old Zachary Brooks back in June 2020. Her sentence of that charge has been deferred in exchange for probation. Girl, y'all want to take the highway or y'all want to take... We're going to take the highway so we can get to, whatchamacallit, faster. Girl, what? And a mandatory restitution payment under Iowa state law. Despite the gruesome nature of the case, Polk County Judge David M. Porter, a black man, said this court is presented with no other option as it pertains to the whopping $150,000 payment. Officials say that Lewis was 15 years old when she stabbed Brooks to death. Let me tell you something. I don't. Could she have pled insanity? Girl, I went crazy. I need the full story. I need the full story on that, because was she with him at the time? I need the whole story. I need to hear it. I need to hear more. Now, this is something I'm gonna have to come back to y'all and talk to y'all about, because, girl, what? Restitution to his family? That makes me want to vomit. So this man gets to completely change his life, and then on top of that, after she does what needs to be done, I'm sorry, what? This is a man harming a child. I don't care. Guillotine. Send him over there and off with his head. Sorry. Not sorry. Girl, what? Absolutely not. I don't understand that. I need more information. Now, that is something I want more information on. Fuck Erica Jane and them goddamn earrings. I want more information on this right here. It's like, what kind of protection do you have? Like, no protection at all. Not protection in her community, not protection from the court, not protection from the state. Like, girl, where's her protection? She's a minor. She's a minor. Where is the minor's protection? And that's what I tell you, when they get on any platform and start talking about the kids, y'all don't care about kids. This country doesn't care about children. They don't. The damn parents of the children don't care about the children, because as soon as they're no longer legally obligated to pay for, to be concerned with the child, then the child can go on. As soon as the child turns 18, y'all throwing your kids away because you're no longer legally obligated to take care of them. So I guess your feelings are governed by the law, what the law is, because at 18, a lot of you motherfuckers turn into a different person. It's like, who is this? You're my parent. You're the person I depended on for my survival for the last 18 years. And as soon as I turn 18, you got an attitude and you want to kick people out? What? Girl, what? That's not how any of this goes. Look at that line at Starbucks. They got me fucked up. They got me really fucked up. I'm going to go to the other Starbucks. We're not going to go to Starbucks. How about that? Let me get your big monster truck, honey. Ooh, your monster truck is so big. I need more information on this. I definitely do.
Highly structured. Is that until you reach the age of 25, your life will be highly structured, particularly for the next 3 years. As it relates to the community service hours, you will be obligated to complete 200 hours of community service.
Thank you for the emphasis.
Per year for the next 3 years. The purpose of that, Miss Lewis, is that you have a story to tell. If you're willing to tell that story in front of me and the members here in this courtroom, you should be willing and able to tell that story to other young and vulnerable women.
What did he say at first?
Is that until you reach the age of 25, your life will be highly structured.
Your life will be highly structured. As structured as the person who thought that he could go out and just find this kid and rape this kid. And like, what are y'all doing? Where is the protection for the children? That's what I want to know. She's still a minor. You're still a minor. And this is what? And now you got to be now you have to be under strict supervision until your brain is fully matured. Instead of the man who actually changed your entire life because he lacked self-control and needed to use violence against a minor and assault them. That's so sad. That is absolutely sad. Y'all can't tell me y'all care about kids. Not y'all, but y'all. Y'all can't tell me you do. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. There's too much traffic. I'm not used to all this traffic, honey. I am not used to all this traffic. Yeah, that's really crazy. That's absolutely crazy. How does that happen? It's the way that it's the law. Well, we'll just see what the courts say. Well, the court said that this minor was assaulted and she killed the person who assaulted her, and now the courts are telling her she needs to pay his family. Are you crazy? So let's let the courts decide. Let the courts determine how you feel about something. Girl, that's absolutely crazy. We're gonna have to go when traffic dies down. That's absolutely bananas. Pieper has a GoFundMe. I will put the link in the description box. Now she got to pay until she's 25, until her brain is fully mature. Now she got to pay. Now I know y'all was saying, okay, she wasn't in any danger or something like that. And so her stabbing him was not in self-defense. Let me tell you something. If you SA'd listen, that girl Jane Doe who came out about R. Kelly, if she happened to get close to R. Kelly and his throat and decapitated him, I would say that's self-defense. It's self-defense. Cause what do you mean? I need to see more of the story. I can't even talk about it no more. We're gonna go to the next topic. We already talked about Kenya Moore and all them. Okay, hold on. Let me go here. Girl, that's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Kanye West terminates Yeezy Gap collab over alleged contract violations. In a document sent by Kanye West's lawyer, Yeezy claimed Gap breached their agreement by failing to distribute merchandise to locations. The retailer alleged it neglected their contractual obligations and create Yeezy Gap storefronts. Nicholas Gravante, a member of Ye's legal team, stated that Yeezy notified Gap of its concerns in August and gave the company a contractually designated 30 days to cure its breaches. He said Gap took no action regarding the designer's comments. It was like, what's this from Kanye West? What is this? What he say? What did he say? Who want to read this? Because this is from Kanye, y'all. Y'all want to read this? Because I don't want to read it. All right, we don't have to read it then. All right, what's the next topic? That's what they hit Kanye with. They didn't respond. Girl, shut up. Hush. Just hush. Girl, the Gap Yeezy collaboration was announced June 2020 and was scheduled to last through 2026. Yeezy, which is a fully owned by Ye, would get royalties and shares based on sales. What do you think? What do you think is next for the Yeezy brand? Baby, I don't know what to say about Kanye. Azalea Banks, she called it. She called it. You over here, girl. I don't even want to say it. Look at those dogs. They're so pretty. They're just running in the field. How cute. Chick-fil-A employee stops man from carjacking a woman with her baby in Florida. What? Wow. He's a little hero. All right, then. Tupac's stepfather, Mutulu Shakur, gets denied compassionate release from federal prison amid 60-year sentence. Shakur suffering from a terminal case of cancer. How old is he? 72. They said no. According to Vlad TV, back in 1984, Mutulu Shakur was convicted for his involvement in a 1981 conspiracy to rob armored trucks. A guard and 2 police were murdered at the time. U.S. Senior District Judge Charles Height sympathized with Mutulu in a court date due to his health conditions. However, it was written in the 11-page order that the First Step Act doesn't apply to his charges that took place before November 1987. Tupac's stepfather was sentenced to 60 years behind bars for his crime. It says, on the other hand, members of the family of Brink's employee who was killed during the crimes of conviction have written the court expressing their continued grief and opposition to any reduction in Shakur's sentence. No, keep his ass in there. I don't give a damn. Isn't that the point, for them to die in there? I mean, not like that. Not to say it like that. That sounded awful, but Cardi B pleads guilty in connection with NYC strip club fight. Must do 15 days. 15 days? Girl, that ain't shit. What is that, half a month? Community service and stay away from the sisters for 3 years. Okay, let's see. It says Cardi B. Hold on, let me do it like this. Okay, let's do it like that. Okay. No, I don't want to hear it. Cardi B pleaded guilty to assault and reckless endangerment charges in connection with the fight in New York City strip club and was sentenced to 15 days community service. She's been accused of orchestrating the August 29, 2018 attack on two sisters. Wasn't this like they were having an affair with Offset? I was watching NLE Choppa. His girlfriend was on the internet crying into the camera about her relationship. And I just thought, just sitting there thinking about the times where, you feel like your life is going to damn near end, or you don't know why somebody made a decision about the relationship between you, and you're crying and you're crying and you're crying, and you don't understand why, and why me, and I did this and I did that for you, and why would you do me like that? A lot of women have been there at all stages of life. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of that, the first thing I thought about was myself. Codependent, abandonment issues, and low self-esteem will make you cry into a camera on the internet about a nothing ass nigga. It will. So those are the parts of you that you have to heal. Your codependency. You can exist outside of anyone. You came into this motherfucker alone. You're going to die in this motherfucker alone. You're going to leave here by yourself. You got here by yourself. You're going to leave unless you was a twin or a triplet or whatever else. Hell else. But you understand what I'm trying to say. One of the things I think a lot of people don't learn when they are trying to have intimate relationships with people is that you are not that person. You don't become one. All that dumb shit where we are lighting a flame and becoming one flame. No, we exist as two separate flames. And you have to learn. What we have to teach people is how not to feel like you're so connected to the person. That's where controlling and jealousy and all that stuff come into relationships, because you want to control the other person. And I don't know if that is something that's embedded in our genes, because I feel like a lot of people operate from a place of control in relationships. A lot of people like control. They want to know what the other person is doing. They need to know where you are at all times. It's like codependent, and you need to be together all the time. And then if you're not together, you're having like anxiety, and you need the person there. And it's just like those things you have to heal. You have to be able to exist as a whole person. Even if you're in a relationship, it's not you are a whole. You want to come as a whole person to the relationship. When you are dealing with abandonment issues, rejection issues, low self-esteem, not like loving yourself, or you're not really loving yourself. That's a lot of people are in relationships with people and they're like, I love you, and they really don't even love themselves. Because if you love yourself, you wouldn't subject yourself to a relationship that is not serving you. right? And that's like when you like, and that's why I said the one thing that you do learn in relationships is a lot about yourself and a lot about what you will and won't do. And then you have to take steps to make sure you don't do them again. And if you see yourself getting into a relationship, and I had to learn this, if you see yourself getting into relationships and you're reverting back to this like low self-esteem, you're reverting back to not putting yourself first, centering the other person before centering yourself, then you know that you have some healing to do. Because as soon as you revert back to, like, if it's easy for you to revert back into old patterns, into old codes, you gotta go back and heal that part of yourself. You know what I'm saying? I was reading something about Kim, and just using her as an example, where she said like she's not trying to look for a new relationship right now. I don't believe her. I don't see her that as that type. She reminds me of somebody that just needs to be in a relationship. Like, some women and men are like that. They need to be in a relationship with someone, and it's like there's a lot of pieces of themselves that are unhealed, and unfortunately you enter in relationships and you work those things out on another person, and that's not fair to the other person. You should go to therapy or learn. Or if you can't afford therapy, you don't have access to therapy, learn and go online, read, pick up a book on how to heal those parts of yourself that you want to work out on other people. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people like, oh, I learned a lot about myself in that relationship. Yeah, because you felt like, okay, this is not what I want. Okay, this is good. This is not what I want. But then when you are not centered in the relationship, when it's not beneficial to you, and the only person benefiting in the relationship is the other person, and you're depleted. And somebody was in the comments yesterday, saying that they're going to spend some time with themselves for the next few years so they can get themselves together. And I think that is perfect for people, because when you feel like you need to be in a relationship, that's codependent, like a need to be attached to somebody, because you need to feel like that's what you need to feel whole. You need another person to feel whole when you are the whole person already. And that just really comes with a lot of work, a lot of work, a lot of work, and a lot of honesty. And a lot of honesty. I remember writing down from the time I was in elementary school, and when I was trying to figure out why I was showing up the way I was showing up in relationships. And I started from elementary school and just like going through my relationships and going through how I related to boys, and then my relationship with my father, and realizing how a lot of it was similar. And because there was a lot of idealizing relationships. I learned that really early. I learned that really, really early, when I learned that people were falling in love with the idea of me and not me. And you also falling in love with the idea of the person and not the real person. That's how you ignore Yelp reviews, because you're falling in love with the idea of the person, or like you've romanticized the idea of the person. And I realized in doing that work, like, okay, when I was in elementary school, I liked this boy named so and so. How was that? How did he like me back? Did I what was that about? You know what I'm saying? And I just went through everybody, like everybody. I did. When I tell you, I was trying to figure out, like, okay, what is it? Because for a lot of women, when they're in relationships with men, they don't realize that it's not them, it's them. But you do show up a certain way to the relationship based on your caregiver, your parents and your caregivers, how you dealt with the kids in school and on up, right? You really got to do the work. You really have to do the work so you can understand, okay, like, okay, how did I show up? And then when you get into therapy, like I said, a lot of people don't have access to therapy. And somebody was saying the other day how we should stop telling people go to therapy, go to therapy, go to therapy, because it really isn't that accessible to a lot of people who really, 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 really need it. So like, throwing something at somebody and say you need to go to therapy is kind of effed up, because not people don't have access. But just because you don't have access to a therapist, you still can do your own work. You can still watch YouTube videos, read fucking books, go into the self-help section, like for real, and work on yourself so that when you show up as a whole person. You show up loving yourself. You show up because when you love yourself, and you know how people be like, oh, you attract the type of person you are. I feel like you attract the type of person that is going to reflect the things about yourself that you need to work on. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily, oh, you're attracting the type of person you are. It's more so attracting the type of person that's going to help you come into an awakening of your own self. You know what I'm saying? The things that you need to work on, like a reflection. It really like a reflection. But not you attracting, like if this person is mistreating you, that doesn't mean like you deserve mistreatment. That means that there's something in you that is, I don't want to say allowing it, but like accepting it, dealing with it, enduring it. Not necessarily allow it, because you don't really allow someone to mistreat you unless you do make a conscious decision to, after you've been mistreated, to continue to go through it. Then you are allowing. But a lot of people think that like these expressions of the relationships that they're in, these expressions that they're having in the relationship, are expressions of love. And when you go through your, oh, look at the Dotsons, they are so cute. When you go through your inventory and you get an understanding like, oh, this is why I was showing up like this. I had to work on my codependency shit. This is why that little girl is on, I don't want to call her a little girl, but this young girl is on the internet crying into a phone because there's some things about her that she needs to heal, that codependent thing where you feel like, I don't understand why you don't want me. And yeah, they don't want you. Yeah, that's true. They don't want you, but it's not you. That's whatever the fuck is going on with them, but they're working it out on you, unfortunately. And that's how a lot of people in a relationship, they come out of relationships battered and bruised because they are allowing people to work out their shit on them, right? That's what shout out to Uchechi. She used this analogy on the grapevine and said, I have done the work. I have a toolbox of, of, of the things that I have been given to help me work on myself. I have a toolbox. And in that toolbox, I get into relationships with people, and these men, or the person you're in a relationship with, I'm just using men because you know what it is. But this person I'm in a relationship with wants to take my tools that I have gathered in the work that I've done on myself and use my tools. And then I am doing the emotional labor. I'm listening to your goddamn sob stories and all that other shit, right? I'm doing all that. And now you take my tools and you break them. You whittle them down. You make them, they're no longer useful to me. And that's how a lot of women show up in relationships, or people who are like that. They have the tools, they've done the work, and then they get in a relationship with somebody who takes their tools and breaks them, tears down everything, becomes violent with vulnerability. And now then you're done and you go on, and now look at my tools. You done fucked up all my tools. You need to have your own tools. That comes with dealing with like emotional labor, where they say that women, you hear the therapists talking about it all the time, that the women come into the therapist's office and there you could see that the woman is doing all the emotional labor. I was just talking to my son the other day and I was asking him, does he hug his friends? And he said, some of them I do. Some of them I like. So when you greet your friends, how do you greet them? And I said, I think more boys should hug each other when they greet each other. I think we should, because I mean, like, there's so many studies that Bill Maher, that clip from Bill Maher talking about the lonely single men. It's not just the black men. It's men, because they're not useful anymore, and they don't know how to be useful. And it's like, find where you can be useful. But people are not wanting to deal with doing the emotional labor for people all the time. They don't. They don't. They really don't. I saw that poor girl stop, and then stop doing stuff. Like, that's what I'm talking about. We come back, I've spent all that time, and I'm still talking about Cardi B and Quavo, because it's like, or Offset, Cardi B and Offset, because it's like, you do things in the name of, when somebody is mistreating you. Now Cardi B has done something, they did something to some girls, or orchestrated something to some girls over a man. You got the young girl down on the internet crying over a man. But it's those parts of you. And I thought about the time, sure, a lot of people, see, that's why I need my coffee. There are a lot of people who deal with that when they were younger. Some right now, it's parts of you. If you are in a relationship with somebody and they leave the relationship, and you're like trying to get them back, like trying to get them back, I'll do whatever I need to do to get you back, and all this other stuff. No. No. You need to go. If you find yourself running through that, I need to get you back. There's some self-work that needs to happen. You should never be trying to work or fight for somebody, getting somebody back, or especially if they're like leaving you, or they're mistreating you, or there's just, you don't fight for stuff like that. When I hear people say we don't fight for stuff like that. But it's sad that he's done something and you go after the girl. Should have been him. You should have had his ass whooped and jumped. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Omarion talks about the lack of brotherhood with former B2K bandmates. Why? Because y'all was fucking the same girls? You was mad because Lil Fizz fucked somebody you wanted to fuck? Girl, you Scorpios be so funny. Y'all be liking someone and then trying to play that cool coy shit and trying to lure them in and trying to get them to like you. And the other niggas is moving in on the girls while y'all want to play that coy, mysterious. I want to be mysterious and I want to be unbothered and I want to act like, girl, don't nobody care. Other niggas is moving in on the girls you playing with. Stop. Girl, go away. Omarion, shut up. Get the fuck out of here. Steph Curry rumored to be in talks with Under Armour to sign a lifetime deal. I don't know about that. That sounds stupid as hell. Arian Drake Lee, Jesse Williams' ex-wife, has expressed dissatisfaction with their co-parenting arrangement. The Grey's Anatomy star and Drake Lee finalized their divorce in 2020. Williams claimed Drake Lee was limiting his contact with the children. In response, his ex-wife sought full legal physical custody, alleging Williams' irregular work schedule made her the primary caregiver. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Okay, let me say this. I'm going to read that later. 106 and Park former hosts AJ and Free are reboot rumors after sharing anniversary posts dedicated to the music video series. I think the culture needs a little more love again. What videos are y'all going to be able to show? Nick Cannon welcomes a child with Lanisha Cole, asks public not to criticize the mother of his children. No, we're criticizing you. Yes, we think they're absolutely crazy. We think you've given them a pretty penny to help your image of not being possibly. Yeah. We still think you're gay, Nick Cannon. You can have as many babies as you want with however many desirable women that you want. We still think you're corny and we still think you're gay. And I also think that you're paying these women to have your babies. I don't think that you're having sex with these women. I don't, because you're gay. I don't. I don't. And I don't think that this man, because he has money, because like I said the other day, Nick Cannon is not doing nothing different from these niggas in the hood anywhere else, not even in the hood, just all around the world. They showed a man on the internet the other day, said he had 34 children by I think 17 different women or some shit like that, some crazy shit like that, 34 grandchildren. It was some crazy numbers. But they was like, oh, Nick Cannon, no, the nigga's been doing that. But it's so crazy that these men can go around and do all of those things, leave these children with a father deficiency, and somehow, some way, it's always the mama's fault. The mama, the mama, the mama, the mama, the mama. What about the nigga who is not there? Nick Cannon is not going to be able to be there. The children are probably not going to grow up together. It's so irresponsible. And the fact that people are like, oh, it's because he has money, it's because he's gonna die. Nigga, we all gonna die. All of us. Every last one of us. So I don't want to hear that excuse. And then I don't know if this is true. I've heard a lot of people say it in the comments, and I haven't, cared enough to go research it. But his lupus, can he transfer that to his children? So to me, I feel like if you know you have an autoimmune and those traits can be passed on, like that's another level of irresponsibility, right? It's likely that lupus results from a combination of your genetics and your environment. It appears that people with an inherited predisposition for lupus may develop the disease when they come in contact with something in their environments that can trigger. SLE and other autoimmune disorders tend to run in families, but the inheritance pattern is usually unknown. People may inherit a gene variation that increases or decreases the risk of SLE, but in most cases do not inherit the condition itself. Is lupus passed down genetically? However, lupus isn't generally inherited directly. Most of the time, people inherit a genetic predisposition, a mutation of a set of mutations that increases their risk of developing. Not everyone with those genetic traits will end up with lupus, though. So it's possible. It's possible. I mean, anything is possible, damn it. But when you're dealing with the human body and genetics, I'm thinking doesn't it get some of his, if it's in his DNA, doesn't that code get encoded into the child too? So on top of that, it's like, come on, dude. I don't think it's admirable. I don't think there's nothing honorable about what he's doing. I think it's psychotic. It's a level of narcissism that I just don't like. That man, that there's a Netflix whatchamacallit documentary of a man who worked in a fertility clinic who was using his sperm to impregnate the women who were coming in for fertility treatments. And these people had siblings all over the place. And he also had some genetic predispositions to some autoimmune issue. And some of those children got it. They got the codes. There's something like wrong. There's nothing admirable. It makes me like right here. It makes me sick. It does. It's so gross. And he just be on there smiling, looking all old and shit. Like, girl, whatever. Have at it, honey. And then everybody's making a big fuss about it because the woman is black. So it's like, oh my God, Nick Cannon's first black child. Right? Now, I'm not one, the 23andMe coalition and the Ancestry.com board members, please don't. It's okay. But she's a black woman, and everybody's saying this is the first black child. They named the child Onyx Ice Cole. C-O-L-E, not ice cold, but ice cold Cannon. One thing I want women to do is stop letting these niggas name your babies. Like, these are your babies. You're going to spend the most time with this baby. You are going to have to repeat the name of this baby more than him. I guarantee it. So the vibration of the baby's name, be very mindful. Stop letting these weird ass niggas choose your baby's names. Please. Please. They don't deserve it. Oh, I want him to be in on the process and a little. No, you already got his genetic coding. That's enough. That's enough. And if he wants to pick the name, this is what you do. If he wants to pick the name, you pick a bunch of names that are okay with you. And when he picks the name, he thinks he picked the name, you'll be okay with the name picking. That's what I did. That's what I did. I had a weird ass nigga trying to make sure my children today have 4 letters in their name because my son's father has a child from a previous relationship. He named the baby 4 letters. 4 letters in the baby's name. And so he didn't want, listen to this weird ass. This is when I should have known the motherfucker was weird. He didn't want his children, his other children, to have more letters in their name because he didn't want the other children to think that they were better than the one with 4 letters in his name. So I had to go back and forth fighting and trying and finding names that I loved that were 4 letters because he didn't want his other, and the amount of time that he spends with his children, and for that to be the part of their names is that your letters of your name are 4 letters because your dad didn't want you to have more letters in your name because he didn't want your other sibling to think that you were better than. That's the vibration on that. Stop letting these niggas choose your baby's names. You are going to spend more time with the baby unless you letting him do all the work. But no, these weird ass names, all of Nick Cannon's kids got fucking dumbass, weird ass names. And I'm sure the woman had no say in it, probably just agreed to placate and didn't want to get into no fight or argument. Yes, that is the story around my children's names. I was like, literally, that was like a fighting over having more than 4 letters in their names. Because he didn't want them to think that they were better than the child with 4 letters in his name. Like, I should have known. That shit is crazy to me. Onyx Ice Cole Cannon. Her last name is Cole. Onyx Ice Cole Cannon. Girl, whatever. I want to know how much he's paying them. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. I'm about to go now. I'm about to go and get some Starbucks. Hopefully the line is down longer. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.